We are Team Kode no Katachi, and we're increasingly worried about global heating and want to be more engaged with the issue and actively support finding solutions to the problem. Over a decade ago, I had insisted to purchase a hybrid vehicle because I wanted to be part of the solution to reduce CO2 emissions. That was referred to as crazy talk because the purchase price was exorbitant, it was the first generation model, it had no bells and whistles, and we were told the battery life would last more than 8 years tops. The real kicker came when it went from 0 to 60 in what seemed like 20 minutes. It was marginally better than the Fred Flintstone Folkmobile. My hybrid purchase was many years ago. Let's fast forward to near present day. In April 20th to the 29th of 2021, the Pew Research Center asked U.S. adults if climate should be top priority to ensure a sustainable planet for future generations. The figures on the slide show the generational similarities and differences. Our idea is to incorporate sustainability with the value proposition of curbing deforestation with reforestation by offering a living tribute. Pacific Life Foundation will plant a tree as a memory and a lasting reminder of the insured. Planting a tree in a person's memory is a living tribute that will benefit present and future generations. We want to show others how easy it can be to positively impact climate change while supporting the growth of life insurance business and maintaining a strong culture of caring for individuals, families, and communities. Tree planting improves wildlife habitat connectivity and supports biodiversity. Trees remove harmful pollutants from the air and act as our natural air filter.
While attitudes vary across generations, countries, and industries, 85% of consumers have become greener in their purchasing in recent years. Consumers also see themselves as agents of change, implying that the call to action for companies to adapt has never been more urgent. Pacific Life Foundation, as a part of environmental, social, governance, ESG initiatives, can partner up with the Plant a Tree program service, such as the National Forest Foundation.
More than 1 million acres of national forests are in need of reforestation. Just last year alone, the National Forest Foundation completed 38 reforestation projects, planting 27 different trees and restoring approximately 21,000 acres. In the U.S., forest absorbs approximately 12% of the country's carbon emissions every year. 2 trees planted will remove 1 ton of CO2 from the atmosphere over the life of those trees. At the National Forest Foundation, $1 plants 1 tree.
This initiative directly ties in Pacific Life's core values of accountability for our actions, integrity to do the right thing, and making a positive impact to our community. Just based on last year's claims, we could have planted over 3,500 trees in a year. Through this initiative, consumers will provide financial protection to their families and become active participants in making the world a greener place, leaving behind a living memory for future generations.
Let us show you how our innovation process might look like. When there is a death event, either the beneficiary or designated person will receive an in loving memory email from Pacific Life. The email conveys Pacific Life's sympathy to the family. It also showcases the living memory that was planted in their honor that will protect this rich ecosystem and contribute to reforestation across America. Embedded in the email is a link to a personalized digital tree certificate that can be downloaded. You can see here a prototype of the digital tree planting certificate. Land and sea is inherently interconnected. With our living tribute, we can extend Pacific Life Foundation's environmental, social, and governance strategy to integrate complex interdependencies that achieve sustainable development across the coast and forest regions in America. Working towards a greener future is an illustration of how we can showcase our positive impact on the Pacific Life Foundation page. The counter will not show real-time how many angels have earned their wings. Instead, it is a high-visibility dynamic counter that presents to date how many trees Pacific Life has planted, which can be updated quarterly or annually. Based on LIMRA's insurance barometer, the importance of social media is growing, especially among the younger generation. 54% of millennials are likely to ask their social media contacts for references on financial professionals. Growing Pacific Life's brand through social media is a simple way to share content about our protection products and also about our commitment to our environment. The modern consumer can see how we have built a community around our business. It will also help increase our brand awareness, boost our brand engagement, and inspire others to follow our journey. There are an overwhelming number of companies around the world that are committed to reduce their carbon footprint. Large-scale efforts are being made to create a positive impact by offering sustainable commuting, sustainable investing, and reducing wastage in the workplace. Pacific Life's stance on environmental matters must become synonymous with our brand and our corporate identity. For more than 2 decades, the Pacific Life Foundation has advocated the conservation of our oceans and has donated over $16.6 million to these causes. Offering this no-cost benefit of a living memory on a life insurance policy would expand Pacific Life's impact from the oceans to the forests. In addition, we will be able to create a unique branding proposition for our company. This initiative will not only promote Pacific Life Foundation's mission to create a positive, meaningful, and lasting impact on our environment, it will leave behind a legacy for many generations to come.